is either. So it's all about getting past this knee, whether it's in the shoulder, whether it's in the belly, or whether there's ankles across the knees. Let's just say Kieran's late and that builds a base and I have to come up to an elbow. Probably from there I'll kick up on my leg. Now I'll go under. Most likely from there you probably from the club you put in a reach. Stomp. Get Kieran in sweeping positions. That's if I come up to an elbow. The other thing I might want to do is come up to the hand. So, control the inside space, kick up, run that underhook, and this time I'll come up to the hand. Again, from that position I'll probably look to get to the dogfight position, put Kieran down. So, let's look at dealing with that. Beating the underhook, and we'll talk about freeing the knee. So, from our position, everything has been about getting past this, getting to home base position. Let's just say Kieran wins and beats the knee, or quick, I don't get a chance to deal with the knee shield, and now he's won an underhook. In an ideal world, I'm staying parallel to him, and I would want to re-pummel and flatten him out. Okay. But he's tight and he's got head position. It'd be difficult to get the underhook now. So we're just thinking about getting to their home base position. If he's on that elbow, I just bring my elbow over his head. I just put my elbows on the mat. Now I'll work on getting my left leg as far away from Kieran's legs as possible. Henry Akins' description of this is side control. It just happens to have your leg. And then I'll take my elbow off the mat so he's carrying the weight. Notice the way, as I move towards Kieran's shoulder, I am dragging my right leg with me. Notice the way Kieran has triangled his legs across his ankles, and he is above my knee line. So the goal is I need to get my knee above his thigh. How are we going to do that? Watch what I do with my right foot. So it's just heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe as I walk my foot towards his butt. Again, you know, we get this urge that we want to push with our hand to free the knee, but now Kieran's underhook hand can grab my wrist and pass my hand, and this sucks. Okay? We don't want to. You do that a few times and you're not doing it. So once we get to home base position, again, trying to walk my free leg to the shoulder line. Kieran will probably jump high onto my leg, and then I just go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. I walk my foot as far towards Kieran's butt as possible. Notice the way my right knee's pointing up, but instead of using my hand, I put my hand on his hip, go high bro, and I'll use my elbow as a wedge. The second my knee is free, I keep my elbow over my knee. If Kieran jumps his leg high again to try and rebite, he's not going to get it. But if my knee is up and he jumps again, he has it again. So, once I go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, hand goes on the hip, free my knee line, and I keep my knee, or my elbow, my forearm over my knee, until I turn my knee down and I wedge it into his hip. So now if he tries to jump, he's not going to get that bite, but he will push. Everybody does. The second he does, this gives me the underhook. I'm coming at the elbow. Now from here I'm going to take my left elbow and move my head back to the other side and find his tricep, and then you just tripod up, stay tight. And now he has my leg, but he hasn't my knee line. Now I can just turn my hip. Now I can use my free leg, push either on his top leg or his bottom leg, kick out, then into side control. Let's look at that again. So, from the knee shield, I haven't had time to deal with this. Kieran wins the underhook. He's on an elbow. I just bring my elbow over his head and put my hands on the mat and start to flatten him out. Once I get him flattened, I work heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, until I get my foot as close to his butt as possible. Hand goes in the hip. Said hi, yeah. And I use that as a wedge. Then I keep my elbow over my knee until I turn my knee down. He will push. The second he does, I win the underhook. I bring my elbow to the other side and I put my head on the other side. And then I just tripod up and turn my hip. Again, keep bite, keep bite. So he has my foot, he hasn't got the knee length. And I can just push. Side control. The second thing he might do is he might go to the hand. Obviously he's trying to get to the dogfight position. Let's take a look at that. It's the same stuff. So he kicks up, he wins the underhook. We notice the way he's on a hand, he's higher up. So for me to actually get my arm over his head is difficult because of head positioning. Notice the way my butt is on my heels. I'm just going to lift my butt and bring my hips in line with my knee. And then I just flatten them out again. It's a subtle little movement of my body there as he comes up. If I just try to come over, I can't. But I bring my hips in line with my knee. And then I just drop down again. And it's the same stuff again. First thing is, get my free leg as far away from this leg as possible. As if I'm in side control. Lift my elbow off the mat so he's carrying my weight. And then I go heel, toe, stay tight. Until I get my foot as close to his butt as possible. Then my hand, even though Carl is the underhook, I'm on my toe. If any stage he tries to bridge or open up, he's giving me the pass. Because he has to uncross his legs. Yeah, but we are trying to free our leg because he still has the triangle on my leg. Heel, toe. Find the hip, use the elbow. You'll get this urge to use your hand, don't use your hand. Yeah. Just use your elbow. And once my knee is free, I keep my forearm over my knee until I turn it down. So if he tries to really, don't worry about that, if he tries to just to jump, difficult, the only option he has is to push. And then he does enter at the elbow. Once I have that, I move my elbow to the other side, find his arm, put my head on the mat, try pull it up, get tight. Now he's just, all he has is my foot. I just turn my hip, and then from there, my hip's on his hip. I can kick through, start to work side control. That's that, guys. Super simple, nothing complicated.